Hello everyone, my name is Ms. Ghazala Ansari and my topic for today is a detailed study on thinking styles based on the work of well-known psychologist Robert J. Sternberg. Thinking is one of the most important and fundamental mental process that helps us reason, analyze, and make decisions. But have you ever noticed that two people with the same level of intelligence uh, may approach a task in completely different ways. That's the difference, which is due to what we call thinking styles. So understanding these styles is essential for teachers, psychologists, and learners because it helps us appreciate how differently people think, solve problems, and create ideas. Uh, what is the meaning of thinking styles? Let's begin with the meaning of thinking styles. Thinking styles refer to an individual's preferred way of using their intelligence to process the information, make decisions, and solve problems. In simple terms, it's how smart you are, but how you prefer to think. For example, a creative or legislative thinker enjoys designing new projects or exploring fresh ideas. An executive thinker, on the other hand, prefers following detailed instructions and working with clear guidelines. Both are intelligent, but they think differently. So, thinking styles are about cognitive preferences, not cognitive abilities. Uh, we come on to the concept of thinking styles. The concept of thinking styles evolved as a bridge between intelligence and personality. So, even when two people have similar intelligence, their performance can differ because of how they prefer to use their intelligence. Sternberg described thinking styles as forms of self government. Just like governments manage societies, people manage their own thinking processes, deciding whether to be creative, structured, independent, or analytical. He also emphasized that thinking styles are first dynamic and adaptable. They can change with training or context. They are context sensitive as a style depends on the task and situation. So, no single thinking style is better than another. What matters is how well it fits the situation. We come on to necessity and the importance of studying. Studying thinking styles is important because it helps us understand how people use their mental resources different in education, psychology, and professional life. In education, it helps teachers create inclusive learning environments. Um, in psychology, it helps the counselors research, understand individual mental patterns. In professional life, it helps managers build diverse and balanced terms. As Sternberg noted, success doesn't depend only on intelligence, but on how we apply it. And that's guided by different thinking styles in education. We come on to understanding thinking styles as every student is learns differently. Some enjoy open-ended creative work while others prefer structured step instructions. So very first recognizing these differences helps teachers to personalize the learning, tailoring instruction to match each learner's preferences, balance teaching methods, use fair assessment, only memorization, but evaluating not only memorization but creativity and problem solving too. This leads to better engagement, motivation, and academic success. When educators value all types of thinkers, classrooms become more inclusive and harmonious. We come on to in thinking styles, in psychology, studying thinking styles help us understand individual differences, why people think, feel, and behave differently, even when in all similar situations. It promotes self-understanding and personal growth. When individuals identify their preferred thinking styles, like being judicial or analytical or legislative or creative, they become more aware of their strengths and weaknesses. In counseling, it helps the psychologists guide. Uh, Clients according to their mental preferences. For example, executive thinkers respond well to clear step-by-step guidance. Legislative thinkers prefer freedom and creativity, whereas judicial thinkers need reflection and analysis. This knowledge also helps in career guidance, matching people to professions that fit their natural thinking patterns. Um, we come on to the theoretical background of Sternberg's theory. Uh, The key contributor to the study of thinking style is Robert J. Sternberg, a leading American psychologist. He believed that intelligence is not just about IQ, but how about effectively people apply their abilities in real life. Sternberg proposed the triarchic theory of intelligence, which included analytical intelligence, creative intelligence, and practical intelligence. And analytical intelligence talks about logical reasoning and academic skills, whereas creative intelligence is the ability to generate new ideas, whereas practical intelligence is the ability to solve real world problems. But he realized that people with similar intelligence still perform differently, and this led to his theory of thinking styles. How is intelligence moving down to thinking styles? So Sternberg made an important distinction between intelligence and thinking style. Intelligence is about what you can do, and thinking style is about how you like to do it. For example, two students may both be intelligent, but one prefers to innovate, which is legislative style, while the other prefers to follow structure, which is the executive style. Thus, thinking style explains the variations in behavior and performance that intelligence cannot. We come on to theory of mental self-government. Sternberg's theory of mental self-government in 1997 uses the metaphor of government to explain how people manage their mental activities. Just as government has different structures and functions, people have different ways of governing their thinking. So he identified several dimensions of thinking style, such as legislative thinkers, the ones who like to create their own ideas and rules. The second one is executive thinkers who prefer to value follow existing systems, whereas the judicial thinkers will like to analyze and evaluate ideas. So, these are the legislative, executive, judicial branches of the government, each important and valuable in their own ways. So, he categorized thinking styles based on levels, scope, and orientation. So, what are the implications of Sternberg's theory? The very first one is recognizing diverse thinking styles. Teachers should acknowledge that students learn differently and design uh, lessons that cater to the diversity. Teachers should tailor learning experiences. Instruction should include both creative and structured tasks, for example, combining open projects with clear guidelines. Assessment of multiple outcomes. Tests should be measured creativity, analysis, and application, not just memory, and encouraging flexibility. Students should be encouraged to try different thinking styles. A creative student can learn structure, and a structured student can practice creativity. This flexibility will enhance both learning and adaptability in real life. Mm, We come on to critical analysis. So, like how everything has a limitation to their advantages. We have certain limitations coming into Sternberg's theory also. So the very first one is the measurement, which is difficult. People often show a mix of styles. Then there is overlap between styles. Boundaries are not always clear, and there is cultural influence between different societies value different styles of thinking. So, however, despite these limitations, the theory provides a powerful tool for understanding and celebrating cognitive diversity. We come on to concluding the study. We so when we talk about thinking styles, they reflect the diversity of human thought. They explain how individuals apply intelligence in unique ways to learn, solve problems, and create ideas. Sternberg's theory of mental self-government shows that intelligence is not just about capability, it's all about choice and preference. When educators and psychologists recognize and value these differences, they create environment and promote creativity, self-awareness, and success for all learners. Thank you so much.